When people hear the first thing when I tell them that I came to Lithuania, the first thing that they say is, why Lithuania? And I totally get it. When you hear about the Europe, Lithuania is not the first country that comes to your mind. Because most students, when they hear about Europe, the first countries that come to their mind is Germany, Italy, Sweden, France. But Lithuania was a different choice in a different scenario for me. I got accepted into Italy. I looked into the option of Germany. I got accepted into Latvia, Poland, Sweden, but then again I choose Lithuania. There had to be a reason, right? So today I'm gonna explain why I choose Lithuania, and without any further ado, let's get into it. Before choosing a good country, I had a few priorities. For example, good education, good university, future options. I was not looking for the most famous country in Europe. I was looking for a realistic survival where I could improve my life. Because moving to another country is already a big challenge. You wouldn't want to add another language barrier as a problem. Even though in Lithuania, language is still a barrier, but not as much. And finally, the whole process had to be practical and affordable. Visa, admission, accommodation, survival, everything had to be easy. Now, if you ask me why not Germany, I looked into Germany. First of all, the public universities fees is super low, but getting into public university is super hard as well. Second, if you get into a private university, it is easier, but then again comes a big problem of block count. Third, German language is a big problem. First, you will not be able to even understand the studies, but there are some English taught programs, which again is also very hard to get into. But even if you get a job, language is a very big and prominent problem in Germany for students. Now, if you ask me why not Sweden, I got accepted into a university in Sweden, but the response that I got from Sweden was way too late, and I already got accepted into Vilnius University in Lithuania. This is the first reason. The country is very safe, very modern, and the quality of education is very good, but the big problem is cost. Cost of education is very high in Sweden. Rent, food, transportation, everything there, the survival in general becomes very hard. As a student, I had to think practically, and for me, the practical decision was Lithuania compared to Sweden. Now, if you ask why not Italy? Italy is actually a very interesting option. I got accepted into one of the universities in Italy. So this was not a country that I rejected without trying. I had the opportunity to go, but when I looked at the bigger picture, I decided not to go to Italy. One major issue was the visa process for Pakistani students. I don't know about any other country, but getting an appointment to Italy is super hard. Even though some people buy the appointments from the VFS and all these other places, but it gets a little tricky and a little ambiguous. That was the reason why I didn't choose Italy. I also got accepted into Latvia, and when I compared Latvia and the university which I got accepted into compared to Vilnius University and Lithuania, it was pretty sure that for me, Lithuania was the better option. Why not Poland? Poland was one of the closest options to Lithuania, but again, first, I wanted a smaller and a calmer country. Secondly, I was communicating with universities, and communication with Vilnius University was super smooth and easy compared to any other universities that I got accepted into. The information was super straightforward. It was not that straightforward, but the person responsible with contacting with the international students were super chill. Her name was Diana from Vilnius University, and this made the whole process super good. So the question comes, why Lithuania? Right? The answer is simple. It was the best balance for my situation. The tuition fee was small and reasonable and manageable. The living cost was also manageable. There were English taught programs that I was interested into. The admission process was super clear. The visa process was realistic, even though as a Pakistani I had to go to another country, Malaysia. When I searched about Vilnius University in Vilnius city, all the things that I saw online was positive and beautiful things. So Lithuania and Vilnius University might not be a very famous option, but it was the best considering my situation. So Lithuania might not be the perfect destination because in winter it gets super cold, the days become very short, the depression kicks in, job opportunities are not as much that you would like. But every country again has some advantages and disadvantages. But when it comes to Lithuania, I think for me personally, it surpassed every expectation that I had, and I'm super happy with my decision. So if you're also in the same boat as I was, I think Lithuania might be the best option for you. So this is it, and I will definitely see you with another video. Thank you.